Hi everyone. I'm in my lovely, relaxed little, style tonight, but I was having some moments, just trying to be a little jazzy. I was looking at myself today, and I said, "Oh, at 30 though, I still look awesome," and it's a blessing to still be looking awesome. But I was really just coming on here to say I hope everyone had a great Christmas. It was Jesus' birthday, so I hope y'all, did it up for Jesus and gave him some props on his birthday and said happy birthday and thank you for being thankful to get a nice Christmas with gifts and whatever God blessed you with. Going into the new year. We talked about some traveling, some relationships, the whole nine yards, the attitudes, the personality situations, the stress, the depression, a little bit of everything. So, going into 2018, I decided that it's called being jazzy. And so you want to be jazzy for the simple fact that you have to learn to do you. You have to learn to just let some people just step aside, and just do you. Sometimes we be all up in our feelings and trying to basically be in somebody else's personal. And so, for those who want to be in people's personals, if you can't handle the extra, then I suggest don't be trying to get up into the personal. Um, coming from being laid off to now, Lord, thank you, Jesus, because I was just like, I still gotta get a job. Wow, okay. But I have learned from this job. This job has been a life changing experience. I could tell you that it is still a stressful type of job, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, long as you do what you have to do, that's important. Long as you do your best, like that's important. Like I don't see it being a hard job, but I also don't see enough potential growing out of this particular position. Um, and I just feel like I have more potential. Like I feel like the experiences in schooling that I've done, I would like that job to just give me a chance. But maybe in 2018, maybe something will pop off and I'll be able to do so. Um, Speaking of New Year's, which is just only like literally maybe 3 or so days away, I want to say that um, picking up a part time job is exhausting. I can say that. But I also am learning new experiences, which are, again, geared towards this lovely PA that I've been talking about. And yes, I do have to take 3 classes, which I am so bummed about it. But I did find out that U of is going to eventually start offering physician assistant program for a master's coming very soon, hopefully in 2020. I did talk to the graduate program out there, and I said, let me check into this, because I do have a degree, there, and I would like to extend my experiences elsewhere, but I'm like, well, let me give them a try too. Let me, talk to somebody, see if that's really something that they're gonna, try to do. And so I talked to one of the ladies in the office, and she's like, yeah, we're, it's in the works. We're talking about it. Hopefully, maybe 2019 or 2020, we will definitely start accepting, applications. And so I said, well, as soon as you guys decide, At least please send me out some info or let me know so I can maybe double check it and see, if I don't like the school that I'm originally looking into, that maybe I will look into U of M. So definitely have that on the record as in one of my checklists for hopefully getting into school. Then there's the income tax. Oh Lord Jesus, the president Jesus. Just pray for him because like right now they feel like that's a good idea, but 10 years later, you might not. It's gonna be really rough, and for them to literally be trying to pass a tax bill changing stuff, it's already bad enough that it's already was jacked up, beforehand. But now it's gonna really be jacked all the way up. Like, it's not even funny. Like, you know, everybody's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be beneficial and this, and this. But you're also losing tax credits for different things that say poor people and middle class people look forward to having. You are basically gearing it towards people who make over a certain amount of money. I'm still comboggled with the fact that we as people are still at this competition of who makes more, who can be, who can make less, and who can I like rip off. Like, what? Like, we still doing what they was doing back in Bible ages, where they was just taking money from the poor, and the poor people could barely do enough to survive. And then here, let's move it up, fast forward to 2017 and going into 18. And it's like we still doing the same thing over. And I'm just like, like, if that was bad back then, like, they are like triple worse now. And it just don't make sense. Like, it's either competition on how much money they can keep. Like, what? I'm like, but look though, but then don't want to pay no type of tithes. It's a struggle just being a normal individual trying to pay regular tithes. But these people making like trillions of dollars, and I don't see them donating to no church or saying they thankful for having the opportunity to even be in a position where they can pretty much help anyone that they wanted to if they wanted. Um, they do a lot of traveling and and stuff like that, but I don't never see like this appreciation. Like, it took a long time. I like sweat. I had tears. I was here and now I'm up here. Like, why? Like, I don't understand why people are not humble in the type of blessings that they have, and that they can probably provide to people who really like need it. Like, I mean, you could at least create a scholarship or something, or pick like 100 people that really needs help with college, or help pay a debt off or something, or I don't know. That a lot of them go out of the country and they help provide and send over supplies to people who are less fortunate, who are starving. But we have people in the United States of America who are starving without, don't have, things that are needed to survive. And yet nobody, says we're going to look at this a little more closer, or we're going to really think about the type of wording that we're placing into, say, this tax bill. Like, the language it sounds nice and dandy, but then why is it after 10 years, or if it even makes it 10 years, that, we are having a collapse with, the Social Security, which we kind of already knew it was going to collapse, but like now it's going to collapse even faster, along with the insurances that's supposed to be beneficial to elderly, people, that possibly may be going away. There's, these other taxes that are coming into play to replace what was already, pretty much edited and modified enough so that it would be fair for everyone. But it's almost like, like the rich don't even like to pay taxes, let alone they don't even want to pay for stuff now. And then then everything falls on the poor and middle class folks who, are working every day and getting taxed the heck out of. Like, I mean, you can't even see your check. You be like, okay. And then don't have no garnishment. Lord have mercy. God knows that's going to be an extra. By the time you get done with your check, you be like, I don't even have nothing to do anything with. And, I feel like the bill should be fair. Like, it should benefit not just poor, middle class, and rich people, but it should benefit every single individual. Like, we work just as hard as the people who have money. And we are trying to, invest, but we can't even invest without somebody taking some money from us. And it's just sad to go in this world, and our communities are not educated well enough to learn how to invest, learn how to save money the right way, learn how this is much more needed than something else. Why would you buy $400 or $500 shoe and you got a bill that costs that amount? Like, logically, it would make sense to pay the bill and not pay for these shoes. But for some reason, the priorities are just all jacked. And so the shoes end up getting purchased and the bill goes without. So now you have this debt that's over your head because you're trying to buy something that is really not even needed at that cost. Like, I've never understood that. I understand, when you have the money, you can buy whatever you want to because you can afford that. But when you are learning to budget, wouldn't it make sense to budget something that is more important and well needed versus something that you can't eat, something that you probably only gonna wear once or twice, if that. It might even sit in a box and get dusty. And then then you be looking and pouting and upset because you ain't got no money to pay for this bill because you decided to do something unnecessary. Like, same with when we helping people. Like, we'll stop what we doing, sacrifice some things, and then they be so ungrateful, and you be like, what just happened here? And then, and then when you don't have it, then they don't want to talk to you. Then when they do talk to you, it's still asking something. And then you be like, yeah, this is why we not talking now. But, and you have to pray. Like, when I say you have to pray about the things that you do when you are helping people, like doing the extra, you really have to pray. Because if you don't, oh my God, the world is almost like it's caving in on you. And, and you have to have like this positive, like literally be positive about every single thing, every decision that you make. You'll have some regrets, but I mean, when it comes to the decision making, I'm not great at it all the time. Usually I'm just like, okay, it sounded good at the time, and then you end up getting into a hole, then you're trying to get out the hole, and then you can't get nobody who can get you out of it either. And you just be trapped. And it's really just unfortunate that, we as a black community don't stick together like every other race does. Which, I was listening to a guy who was being interviewed on one of the radio stations, I believe the Breakfast Club, where he was just kind of like, a lot of these issues that come into the black community is the fact that, it's not, I guess, being presented in a way for us to actually work together. It's almost like everything has to be a competition, or you have to beat somebody else out of something to get ahead. And then you have all these other issues, mental issues and abuse issues and violence that occur on top of trauma and other negative occurrences. So it's almost like a epic fail completely when it comes to like the black community. And like even some of the guys, when or women, when you are like really having conversations, you literally would have to interview these people, because some of the thinking processes is just not there. It's like you would like to give them a chance, but then when you hear them open a mouth or them speak about some things, it's almost like they don't get it. They don't even know what's going on. So, I mean, again, as I always say, be mindful, because it's a lot of knowledge out here in the world. We just have to literally get out here, learn how to work together, learn how to communicate better. Because I think with the breakdown, it's more so the communication and the understanding of certain things. And once you can like overcome that barrier, I think like more people would be able to do more things. And it comes down to just really, really sitting down and understanding and writing things down, and asking the right questions, and reaching out to people and getting the resources that you need to help you maintain and get on your feet. For one, it's one thing where like you can be off your game, you can fall and not be on your feet completely, but like you have some control where you can kind of regain that control back, where you can be able to get on your feet. But you have to have the right resources, and you have to talk to people to get information so that you can pass that information on to the next person, and vice versa, where if you don't know something, you tell somebody else like, hey, I've never heard of this, but have you heard of anything? And then you get to talk, and they be like, yeah, I've heard that from such and such. And they say, well, I have a card, let me contact them, see what I can do. And then then you start networking, and you start gaining the confidence in doing things. So it's just, we just really have a lot of learning to do. I'm always talking about an IRA account. If you can at least invest in your child, like, I don't know, as soon as they born, you can literally set up an IRA account. You can literally go to like, State Farm or somewhere and pay like $250, and then like monthly, you can set it from 50 up to whatever you would like to contribute each month. Could can you even imagine that child has college funds. By the time they hit 21, you can be like, this is for you. Now you have to be responsible. This is money that helps with college education. This helps you, get your own car if you need it. This will help you, if you do get in behind on a bill, you have some extra money to lean on. Even though it's not made for, to take out. But, they're 21. They have to learn the responsibility, because once the money is gone, it's gone. And then you can't come back and say, "My or dad, like, I don't have any money." Like, you had a lot of money. You're 21. You're now responsible adult to know how to do all the things that you need to do to survive. You know that you need to work. You know that you still need to save money, because you never know when a rainy day is going to occur. And that's the thing. Like, my rainy day came some years later, and I didn't even have any money left, because after I paid for tuition, after I paid for getting tests taken care of, and not doing as well as I wanted now I gotta pay people, money for this, and now I got this bill I'm behind on. And so after a while, it drained, it's pretty much drained out. That, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't get myself on my feet, and just to be fortunate to have somewhere to lay my head is one thing. Being comfortable, like I was talking to a young lady a couple days ago about, being comfortable is like, you have your own space. And when you don't have your own space, it's like, oh my God, I'm suffocating here. So, but I do have really great ideas. I have many ideas, but, I just haven't ran into the right person to just be like, okay, I'm gonna really give you a chance, Nina. Like, I really want you to do well. Like, I've had a couple breaks, but I've not had a real break, because it's usually something occurs, something happens. Like, recently, the car, oh my God, the battery done is about to give out on me. I'm like, like, I done fixed this car up to be functional, and it's just one thing after another. If it's not the battery, it's something in the car. The light is on for, the check engine light, or, something done blew out, maybe a fuse or something. Like, I'm not, really good at cars, but I'm trying to learn. Excuse me. Sorry. I had a nap and I'm still yawning. But it's just so crazy. It's just like, oh my gosh, when can I just have a break to just not have to do this? It's just so overwhelming sometimes. And, as much as I try to be as positive and I try to, like, be motivated, I feel so tired. I try to motivate other people, and then, you can only do so much. Then the other topic that I want to talk about, and I'm kind of jumping around here, is people, please don't be in your feelings. Like, if you say something and you say, okay, for instance, one of my friends, they said they were sick. Okay. And so, I text back like, hey, I had picked up something for you, and plus I wanted to check on you, make sure everything was cool. They, respond like in so many words, like, you don't have to come check on me, like, that's okay. But, but then you want other stuff. You want me to help you with stuff. And, like, I don't mind helping, but, after a while you get tired. You be like, okay. Like, what's up? Like, what we doing? So, I was, so I ended up dropping off the item to the person. And like it's the Christmas season, trying to be, happy about Christmas. Because one Christmas I'm happy because it's Jesus' birthday, but I'm usually like kind of still struggling. So like Christmas is never a fun month for me ever. Like it's never a fun month because I never am able to get the things that I would like to give to people. And so anyways, I dropped it off, and then later I get a text like, you didn't have to do that. Like, I wanted to exchange this, and this. And then, like later it's kind of like, I was sick, but I did want you to stay for a minute so we could exchange gifts. But then you in your feelings because none of your messages stated that you wanted to exchange any type of item, any type of gift, none of that. Then, after the Christmas holiday, I, of course, the friend that I am, you know, asked, like, how was, the holiday? Hope you enjoyed. Hope you feeling better. Just trying to be nice, and then that was a little short. So I said, okay, you and your feelings. So I'm not going to say anything else. And then it was to the point like, well, I didn't even open your gift. Okay, that's fine too. You don't never have to open your gift. Like, that's fine. And same with, you mentioned it on Saturday about a gift, but it's after Christmas and you haven't mentioned anything else about this gift. Even though I was like, you didn't have to do that. Like, it's cool. I just was returning the favor because, like I was down, and so I was able to, try to do something, in return for, to show appreciation. Instead, I get, this attitude, anger about what? I don't know. But I haven't done anything to you. But okay, you do you. So, I mean, and it's not like I have a whole lot of money, I don't. I got stuff that I did for other people was definitely not appreciative of. And, and I'm not mad. I take my time, pay a bill off here and there, and keep at it. And eventually those bills will disappear. Eventually I'll be able to go to school. Eventually I'll be able to have some money in my pocket. I don't know if it's gonna be more or less, but I have something to at least hopefully be comfortable with. Hopefully I get an opportunity from somebody's job. But if not, I mean, I can only do so much. But, other than that, I mean, my holiday was nice. I got to spend time with my god sisters and family, and I got to, just chill for a change, because I don't really get a chance to do that. And to be around people who, actually are positive and actually knowledgeable about different things, and actually talk about, history, and actually talk about, what's going on in the world, and trying to educate us young folks, because, we always need to learn something. But again, be mindful of the things that you do. Um, you know, Again, Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope you guys had a awesome, uh, break or couple days off, and to, just have a me time self. So until next time, peace.